history that everybody is not out to help you, right? And it goes back to what Brandon was saying. We talk about the prison, with prison. For all the people that's listening that have been incarcerated, don't think that when you exit up out of there that you don't leave with a scar. All of us have a scar, you know. Prison desensitizes you. It desensitizes you. The things that you would normally have a reaction to, in prison you don't even pay no attention because it's the type of environment you in, you know. It's just like I said, and psychologically, you can be in the day room. Just an example. This is men. These are men. You can be in the day room just sitting there watching TV, and they bring a brother through, he knew coming through the unit, and he go have to represent it, bro. Like he gonna have to. And it's not saying that he's more or less, but that's an environment to where if you can't fight, you got individuals that will turn you out, man. You know what I mean? That's real. That's real. Yeah. That is very real. So when you look at the mindset of the perpetrators, though, this is what a sickening falls in. It's the perpetrators because they're not looking at this is a man just like me. No, you're a prey. Right. And that's just how it is. And psychologically, bro, it keeps going. And even back out here into society, we exit prison desensitized. Some of us have to, like me and Brandon, we understand what you have to do to brief yourself and get yourself back into that mode.
Yeah, to reprogram yourself, man. There's no exit interviews when you get out of prison, right? There's no exit interviews when you get out of the military. That's why people have post-traumatic stress syndrome. There's no exit interviews. There's no you know what, let me just take everything that we put into you, we're going to take all that out. All the wars, all the drama, all everything, we're going to just take it out.
Right. And it's real. It's very real. It's very real.
Yeah. And I compare prison. I'm glad Vincent brought that up because he used the word briefing and kind of what you said too, Sheldon. Because prison, in a lot of ways, is like the military. The only difference is, it's a lot of differences, but some of they try to base it like that. And like you say, you suffer from post-traumatic. That's why a lot of people self-medicate, even in war, and they come back on drugs because seeing all that death is not normal. So you come back a junkie, or that's what they say. I don't even like that word, but you come back on drugs. You know what I mean? Because some labels are bad, bro.
You're right. They're real demeaning labels, right?
Well, no,
man, I might just need some help. Hold on, let me.
Yeah. But see, even in my subliminal, because we be gravitating toward these words, and it be sticking in our minds. So I don't even want to use that word. But you come back on drugs. And sometimes people on drugs are treated or criminalized, you know, and going back, even people sleeping under the bridge, bro, homeless people. In Houston, I know this because I'm in Houston a lot. And I know you heard about it, Sheldon, and I know you know about it, Vincent, in Dallas. But now they're incarcerating people who sleeping under bridges, bro. Think about this. And we talking about people, we know they traumatized, but whatever situation, for them to be homeless, something happened in some kind of form or fashion for them to be homeless, whether they lost it all. So why are we criminalizing people that's on drugs? And why are we criminalizing people that's victim of their circumstances? Because we all one paycheck away from being on the streets.
But see, you know what I mean? Opioids are legal.
For real, bro.
Yeah.
Prescription drugs, we have people that are managers, vice presidents of corporate America, popping pills. In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, but that's legal. But because you have these mental health issues and you got to medicate yourself a different way, right? You go to jail because of that, right? Because you can't afford a lawyer. You can't get the prescription medication, if you will, but it's still medication nonetheless, right? So those that get stuff prescribed, Valium, things of that nature, you getting prescribed stuff for you to mentally deal with what you have to deal with, right?
Right, and I want to say this too. Before I forget, and we talk about you always use the word coping mechanism.
Yes, sir.
So that's why people self-medicate too, because you're trying to cope with being in poverty. You know, this stuff is real serious, bro. You know, that's why people start committing crime, because I want to have a better life too.
And I'm gonna get it regardless.
You flirting this in front of me and on TV, right? You can have this too, but I just can't have it like that because see, you might have took some land, you took some other stuff that it wasn't given to you. You didn't earn it. So again, man, and that's how we ended up. And then I want to touch on being physically sick. When people catch terminal illness, this can lead to mental illness because now you can't do what you used to do. You feel like you're going to die. People don't care about you. So again, bro, this stuff has a psychological effect in the skull, like Vincent said, and it just doesn't leave. We have post-traumatic. Right, distress and disorder,
There has to be treatments, man. Bro. Shout out, man, once again, though. Savannah, Christian, you guys are hitting some good points, man, as far as what you guys' comments are going. They're going back and forth, man, having different comments on what we're talking about, and it's all hitting on the same thing, man, what we're saying, though. Basically, they're saying that some people suffer in silence, and they go through alone because there's such a stigma that's to the mental health issues, man. And so, again, we have to just really just take our perfect little mask off that nothing ever happened in our life. We're all perfect. We're all great, right? And so we can see somebody else. Sometimes we got to take these glasses off so we can actually see, right? So basically we got to take the blinders off and really see people where they are. Not what we want them to be. Not what we hope they would be, not what we wish they would be, not what they should be, not what this society expects them to be. How about where they are? And then we meet them where they are, and then we build from there. We build them up from there. But there's so many people, as they saying in these comments, are suffering in silence because I don't feel like I have anyone. I feel like I'm the only one going through this. I feel like there's no one that can understand me. And sometimes it be from family. Right? And so people don't understand because what they say, there's something wrong with you. You ain't going to never get it right. And they dismiss them. They dismiss them as a person that would never get it right.
Exactly right, bro.
Right? So then guess what? Bro. I up my doses. I up my doses on my self-medication. I get more angry. I get more mad. I get upset because I look around and I got nobody in my corner. I got nobody that understands me. So yeah, I'm mad. Yeah, I'm angry. Yes, I'm unproductive because don't nobody care no way. Right?
Shelton, now what you hitting on, this explains some of our previous shows when you were saying why some people are so angry. See, you just hitting on it right now. That's why, because of frustration. Hey, man, I had two friends, and I'm going to pass the mic to you, Vince. I had two friends that called me, two females, and one of them just out the blue. She never called me, like, crying, and she was crying. She was going through something with her son. Her son is an adult, and she was going through something with him. And she said, and look what she said, bro. This the key. Going back to what we're saying. She said, "I'm sorry for crying on the phone." I'm like, no, you don't have to be sorry. You feel me? But see, that's what I'm saying.
She probably had you in the past, though.
But no, check this out. She say, "You are the only one I feel like I can talk to. I don't feel like nobody else." And listen, this the key of it. Mm-hmm. She's never talked to me anything about something like this, or she never even came to me. And I've been knowing her. But see, this is what we're exactly hitting on, bro. We think we got to apologize for saying something to somebody because you feel like you bother them because some people make you feel like that.
Yeah, right.
I say, no, I'm always, I'm a true friend, bro. This ain't no just talking on this radio and this program and stunning in front. No, this for real, bro. If you're a true friend, and you listen to your friend and you drop some stuff, man, ain't nothing more important than hearing a cry because you don't know what somebody else is going through. You know what I mean? And they might be crying out for help, and you don't listen to them, and they end up hurting themselves, then you're going to feel guilty.
Right?
Because in a sense, you do owe responsibility to a friend. Be there for your friend, they ups and downs. This is what we're supposed to do,
that's your friend. If you value friends.
That's your friend.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Right.
Mr. Booker.
Sir.
Yeah, no, I'm just wondering. I'm listening to y'all, but this is an interesting. It's an interesting conversation and discussion we having, man, and it's very delicate. It's sensitive. And Brandon, you right, man. Like some people don't know. They don't realize how hard it is for others to approach them. Because they got these superficial standards set up to where they don't want to deal with certain things, but they don't even know, man, you can be actually, turning your back on somebody that really needs it. So we have to really be mindful.
That's a solid point.
We got to be mindful of that. We got to be mindful. We have to be mindful of that, And for me, and now it's not saying that with situations, man, where you become emotional, that you just, letting yourself go and losing your composure. You know what I mean? Because as men, we still have to be, we got to be upright. excuse me, we have to be upright. And that's to say that when you there's a time and place for men to have they breakdowns. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, it can happen anywhere. That's right. It can happen anywhere. But as a man, you also have to be aware that you have children that's looking at you. So it's a time and a place for you to be weak, and it's a time and a place where you have to stand up. You know, and because you can't have one without the other. You know what I mean? So if we're gonna allow ourselves to be looked at, you know, in a vulnerable position, you got to also allow yourself to be looked at in a stand up position. You know what I mean? Because we've had when we talked about when you take Tyrese for example, when he was going through his situation with his kid's mother. You know, that brother was going through some mental issues, man. You know what I'm saying? He was going through it. And a lot of people gave him some backlash. A lot of them said this and they said that. Thing is, he did have the courage to try to well, man, he felt like he didn't have nobody. That's why he took to social media. You know, but had he had a friend or somebody around him that had genuine compassion and love for him and respect for him, I doubt if he would have went that route. But these are signs, man. These are signs when people really don't have no one in their corner. Social media was where they're going to go and vent. But if you got somebody that's physically in your life that's supporting you and what you got going, in most cases, social media will be the last place that you want to vent to when it comes to your the personal things that's going on in your life. You know what I mean? So we have to be mindful of that as well, man. And like I said, man, this is a sensitive discussion we're having, and it's sobering. It's sobering as well, man. You know, it makes me reflect on some things that I, witnessed in my childhood, and it's a struggle. It's an everyday struggle because we don't know when you're a kid what's going to impact you when you get older. We don't have a clue, right? You know, but it turns us into. You look at people that grew up in the projects. The same ones that's pulling the triggers and mashing in the projects in the hood. These are the same ones that knock out orders in prison. Right. You see what I'm saying? It don't stop. Right? It don't ever stop. They perpetuate madness just keep on going, and then they release back into society. Well, the counseling should have started when they were kids. You see what I'm saying? The counseling should have started when they were kids. And if you can, metaphorically, if you compare that serpent in Genesis, and by the time it gets to Revelation, it's a dragon. That's the same way it is out in society, though. That's right. You know what I'm saying? These little boys start out as boys, then they grow up, and they end up killers. Right. You see what I'm saying? Some wisdom to that, right? Exactly, bro. Exactly.
And I want to say this to piggyback on your point, Vincent. Another thing too, even though we do this show, and a lot of people perceive us as strong. Hey man, we need somebody to talk to as well. And I'm saying this for myself. Been times, bro, I was going through it. And I put this post up today about, when I had a divorce, when I got my divorce, and I was in Shelton, you was kind of hitting on it too. And I was saying, I said this, Vincent, I said, me being away from my baby, at first, it was so traumatic. It was worse than time in prison. People would be like, what you mean? Bro, when I first went around my baby, waking up to her every day, bro, I was literally breaking down. I'm a man that don't cry easy, but I was crying, crocodile tears, missing my baby. Even though I knew I had to leave because, we just wasn't getting along at that time. And, we was younger. There's a lot of dynamics. But shout out to my daughter's mom. She was a great mom. But we both had to grow. But I remember that time. And I remember sometimes I didn't have nobody to talk to about it. Right. Feel me? It was just a couple people. But if I didn't have them, bro, I was going through it. So a lot of times you may see us doing this and stuff because this music stuff is therapy. What we talking about is therapy for us. But we need somebody to call up on too. Right. But we need somebody to call up on too. And by they answering our phone calls, I ain't saying we just gonna go all that rap, but at the same time, but I want to end this. I want to end it with this. That's why we need friends. We got to be selective of the people we choose to be in our corner. And anytime you're going through, so many problems, what really helped me, even bigger than some of my friends, I turned to prayer. Now,